Here we are, Mt Asgard, advanced base camp now.
6 days of walking.
6 days of walking, many disbanding of gear and minimising till our rack is now about a third of the size. Well, it looks like perfect weather outside our little tent at the moment, which means we can hopefully climb this thing tomorrow.
At 3 AM the next morning, they set out for their summit bid. Mt Asgard's inhospitable and remote location has made it a prized peak for international climbers. The first ascent was completed in 1953 by an English expedition. It was these massive twin granite towers that had lured the Australian team from the other side of the world.
How many years have been dreaming of this, baby? Six days of walking, 1 day of climbing. My goodness, it was worth it. Yeah! We made it.
Woohoo! We thought we were down, we thought it was all nice and easy. Got to the top of Asgard in only, what, 6 hours or something? 6 hours. The snow conditions were really good, it was pretty icy, we were pretty much just edging up it. But on the return, after completing about 5 or 6 wraps on getting a couple of ropes stuck, which got us pretty tired, we hit the first of the big snow basins and the snow was horrendously soft.
The sun's been on it all day.
We're talking sort of, I don't know, you can't reach the bottom. Usually your body gets stuck about waist height.
I thought getting up was supposed to be hard, but getting down is like, it's becoming quite difficult.
We've still got a long way to go, maybe a couple of kilometres, and it's probably the same consistency as what we've come down. So we're sort of hoping that perhaps it might get an ice crust or we'll just get some energy back. So we're pretty much a little bivvying here on the last rock before the big snow slope.
Well, we've made it. We're back in a warm tent, yay.
Yay.
Very tired.
After waiting for an hour, we waited for the shade to fall on the ice and it hardened up a bit, we think. And the walk back wasn't near as bad as the upper bit on Asgard.
Tired and wet, the two arrived back at base camp to meet Geoff. Neil and Marcel had completed the climb of Mt Asgard much faster than expected, giving them time to explore ice tunnels that had begun to form in the melting river.
In the last couple of weeks, the solid iced river has started breaking up and actually melting quite substantially. Even the last couple of days, it's now proving to be a great challenge to get across the river. And for Thor, I had to cross today to get some gear to the other side. It involved taking my shoes off and wading pretty much knee deep through iced flowing water. So that was pretty nasty. A couple of cuts on the feet. So we've set up a camp right below Thor where we plan to do a 25 pitch route, free route that goes at about 5'8". It's got one pitch of A4 in it somewhere, which hopefully isn't as bad as A4 sounds. Marcel and I are both feeling a fair bit worried, purely because Geoff has left us today permanently, meaning we're now pretty much the only people in the park and feeling very isolated. So if something really goes wrong, we're going to be in trouble. So we have to take it utmost care tomorrow with loose rock and route finding. It's probably going to be a pretty long day. We imagine maybe 20 hours on the climb, and then we have to get off it, which might take another 4 hours. So all in all, it's going to be a big adventure tomorrow.
This huge mountain has one of the largest cliff faces on Earth. Its 1,200 metre high west face dwarfs the valley below. Marcel and Neil were left to rely on each other.
Come on, Blake.
If anything went wrong, self-rescue would be the only option. They planned to free climb the route in a long day, so packed light with no bivvy gear and only a few chocolate bars. Mount Thor proved to be considerably more challenging than Mt Asgard, both physically and mentally. The route was much steeper and technically more sustained. Loose rock and difficult route finding up the immense face added to the dangers. Of continuous progress got the climbers to a sloping snow ramp below the summit ridge.
Just made it up to the top of the technical bits of Mount Thor. I don't know how many pitches we did, but probably about 13 or 14.
This one-day ascent was the first time that the wall had been climbed free, without the use of direct aid. Leaving behind the technical rock gear, the two continued on towards the exposed summit,